Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rags to Riches. I'm pretty excited to get into this one because, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think I kind of have a pretty good plan for the next kind of year or so in game. But there are going to be quite a bit of changes going on around the farm, so pretty excited to get into it. I think first thing we're going to do today is work on this piece of land over here, as I almost get run over there. We have these rocks over here that are kind of in the way for what I want to do, so we're going to break these up here with our skid steer, and then I think I'm going to plow in this big piece of meadow as well. So we have a few trees in the way that I need to get rid of. There's a lot of these little smaller ones, or not really a lot, but there's a bunch of these smaller trees in this piece of land. I think a lot of them are just going to kind of automatically disappear when I cut them, but some of them I think will need to be kind of picked up and moved. I'm not going to worry about the ones along the road right now. We are probably going to remove a lot of those eventually because I think we are going to expand some more buildings onto this kind of piece of land next to the road here. But I don't think we're going to have to worry about that just yet, sometime in the future here. But for now, we have this huge piece of meadow over here that is not really getting used. We did harvest some grass from this piece last year. But because it is just meadow grass, you don't get nearly the yield that you would from an actual field. So yeah, I think we're going to remove some of the trees here and plow this in. We're going to plow it into a pretty big field. Some of it is probably going to change eventually as well. But for now, we might as well kind of maximize this land over here that's not really getting used. And if we just pop over to Walter's land here as well. This was, can't remember, oats, I think. Yeah, harvested oats. Yeah, this was an oat field last year. But I think we were actually going to convert this field to grass for now. I think I said I was going to do soybeans in the last episode, but yeah, I kind of changed my mind because I think for some of the future plans, like I'm kind of planning to expand both of the buffalo and our beef cattle operations over the next year here. So I think we are going to need a little bit more grass. And eventually, I think I'm going to convert this sunflower field into grass and then buy all of this land and convert this into a sunflower field as well. And then leave this one as sunflowers too, but I want kind of all of our grass in one place. But we did just plant this to sunflowers, so I don't want to just plow it in again. We'll plant this to grass, I think, after we harvest the sunflowers this year. So for now, for a little bit of extra grass, I think we are just going to use this field right here. And I think I am going to plow this area in a little bit more and expand that as well. So there are a few more trees we have to remove down in this area too. So we can plant grass this month. So I am going to do that here right away. And we're going to get this one planted to grass this month. And then this piece down here, once we get that plowed in, I think I'm just going to do this one to soybeans. But I think I am going to get this plowed in this month, and then we can wait till next month to actually plant it. So I'm just going to start running around and cutting down some of the trees. I think these ones along the road on this property are going to go, and probably these ones around the edges of this yard as well. And then I'll probably go hop into the telehandler with a log trailer and go pick some stuff up. I haven't 100% decided. I might just grab the mulcher and mulch all these trees up just because we have so much wood down at our woodlot there. We don't really need them, but it might be worth collecting some of these big oaks. Like that's 4,000 liters of wood, which is, I mean, not huge, but it's not nothing either. So it might be worth picking some of these ones up, but I think a lot of these smaller ones can probably just be mulched up. So yeah, I'm just going to get to work here clearing out some of these trees. Okay, well, we got all of that stuff done. Got our trees chopped down and the stumps all ground down, I think. I didn't put the Valtra away yet. It's just over by Walter's place still, just in case I run into any stumps while I'm plowing. I will be able to just hop in there quickly and grind them down again. But I think I got them all. But then we also broke up all of these rocks that were over here. And my original plan was to just scoop up these stones that get left over. And I was just going to dump them in the pond here just because they're not worth like a whole lot of money. Like all of these stones here is like maybe $1,000, maybe a touch more, but it's just not really even worth the effort to kind of pack them up and sell them. So I was just kind of planning to sneakily get rid of them by dumping them into the pond here. But then, yeah, I realized that I don't actually own the pond area, so it wouldn't let me dump in there. So I did actually just test it, and you can just kind of paint the stones out of the way. So I think I'm just going to do that, just because, yeah, they're just not worth enough to really even make it worth dealing with. So yeah, I think we're just going to use the paint tool and just come along here and just kind of erase all these stones. So yeah, we'll just go like that. There were some stones still in that bucket from a long time ago. So we'll finally get rid of those as well. And then, yeah, there was a little bit of extra grass there we can get rid of, I guess. Okay, so that area is all cleared out. So I think I am going to add another animal to the farm. I think this is a good little spot down here to add a little horse barn. I have been kind of wanting to get some horses for quite a while just to kind of try them out. I'm not trying to make a whole bunch of money off the horses or anything. I just figured they'd be kind of more like a pet, something we could ride around every once in a while. So I don't really care about getting any of the huge barns or anything. So I figured just this small one down in this little corner because this area is kind of limited. We could maybe put like a small shed or something down here, or we could just make it as like part of these fields or part of a pasture for a bigger animal pen or something. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to get some horses. I don't really know, or I can't really think of a better place to put them. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good little spot for these. So I think I am going to customize the pasture a little bit just to make it a little bit bigger. So we'll kind of take up slightly more of this room over here. So I do want to set it back from the road a little bit just to make sure it's not in the way. So I'm thinking maybe somewhere right about there. And yeah, I am going to customize the fence a little bit so we can bring it down. We'll probably bring it down kind of to the almost to the edge of the water here. And just kind of right along as far in as it'll let us go. Right to this edge over here, I think, and then, oh, okay, well, it just kind of got me stuck there, so we delete that last one. I can't quite go that far. It's kind of annoying how it will let you place a spot, but then it won't let you go anywhere from that spot. It'll just kind of let you dead end there, but that's fine. We'll just go like this, and yeah, I'll just put this fence kind of right along the pond here, and then maybe just out a little bit, and then we'll come join it in here. Like I said, we don't need a whole bunch of space because I'm not worried about having a huge capacity in here. Just because I kind of want them more just for pets than actually making any profit, so we don't need a huge pasture here, but might as well give them a little bit of extra room if we can. So this land is pretty sloped here. I didn't realize that actually gave us a pretty good indent over here, so yeah, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work with the fence because I do want to come in and kind of smooth this out, but hopefully it doesn't screw up our fencing too much. And then I guess we might as well plant meadow. Not too worried about the meadow there because we can always feed them. We should have lots of hay and oats and stuff that we are going to be able to feed these guys as well. So yeah, there we go. Got ourselves a nice little horse pasture. Although, yeah, these the slope that it ended up with here is pretty extreme. So actually, let's jump back in here. And I did save right before this, but I'm going to turn off auto saving here just because, yeah, that is a pretty extreme slope. So I'm going to try to level this out here a little bit. But if I can't do it, or like, there's only so much I'm going to be able to do kind of around this gate, I think. So if I'm not happy with it, I might delete this and then try to kind of flatten the ground out a little bit more ahead of time before actually placing this down. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, well, I spent too much money on terraforming there, but I think that's going to be fine. Took away a lot of the biggest slopes. Kind of lowered a lot of this area and then smoothed it out and then kind of raised up the other side and then smoothed it out. Just so we can access this side a little bit easier. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but I think that's going to be good enough. That's part of the reason I kind of wanted to put something like a horse pen over here, just because it's not a huge deal if the land isn't perfectly flat, whereas trying to put like a shop or something down here might make things a little bit more difficult. So it still kind of looks a little bit weird in some spots, so I might come around a little bit later on and try to fix that up a little bit, but we got a little bit of extra capacity in this barn, so it's 9 by default if I remember right, and we got it up to 13, so yeah, we're not even really going to try to fully stock that, I don't think. But I think I'm going to start with just buying kind of one horse just to kind of see what it's like. All right, well, there's a bunch of different coat colors here. I think that's the only difference between all the different horses, but I mean, I kind of like the classic bay color here. So yeah, I think I'm just going to buy one of these to start. So that's going to be $800 to buy one horse, although that's a pretty significant amount of that is the transport fee. For these guys. Normally I'm used to like buying cows and stuff where the transport fee is actually pretty small compared to the cost of the animal, but that's pretty significant. So I might have to look into getting a horse trailer or something at some point, but I think for now, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and buy this guy. Okay. So what can we do here? Oh, how do I get out of here? Where's our horse? There he is. What's up, horse? Do you have a name? Oh, your name is Misty. Is there a way to change the name? 0 months. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to get some food into here. I think we still have a little bit of oats left in our silo over there, so maybe I'll move that over, or else hay, because I think those are the two things, right? Is hay and oats. All it says is food down at the bottom there, so I'm not quite sure what the difference is, but I want to see, like if we go in here, do they really not give you any way to change the name of your horses? That's kind of silly. Well, I might, I don't know, I guess Misty's not the worst name, but I might see if I can go change that in the XML or something, although I'm not really sure what I would change it to, but I'm just kind of annoyed that they don't give you an option to change it by default, so. Oh, and now that I'm thinking about it, I think there's like something you're supposed to get for the horses, like a brush. Animals, there we go. Oh, is that it? Horse brush. Okay, I think we can buy that, I guess. So is that just like, there we go. Okay, let's try to brush this guy. Okay, nice. So is that all it is? Cleanliness. Okay, you're already at 100%, so don't have to worry about that. And then, okay. So we just kind of enter it like a vehicle, and then we can ride. Nice. Okay, so you just tap the trigger to go faster. Oh, hit the fence. And then I guess tap the brake. Okay. Okay, nice. So we got ourselves our first horse here. So let's see if we can get out of here. Nice. All right. Horse jump's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty sweet. I want to see... Okay, the riding is going up. So I wonder, are you supposed to ride them like every day maybe? I wonder how long that lasts if you get it up to 100%. Not that I'm really worried about it because I'm not really like trying to sell them or anything. So I think that's mainly like keeping them ridden kind of maximizes their value. But because I'm not really worried about selling them. So I'm not, man, that is a good jump. Not super worried about keeping them ridden all the time, but yeah, that's pretty sweet. Oh, where'd you go? There we go. What's up, Misty? All right. Well, that's pretty sweet. One more type of animal added to the farm here, so I'm pretty happy about that. We'll have a horse that we can ride around every once in a while. Oh, we can open these gates too. I wonder if you leave the gates open, will he wander out, or does he stay in there automatically? Okay, I guess I should give this guy some food. So maybe I'll just grab a couple hay bales and toss those in there. And then I think I'm going to get to plowing because, yeah, we have a lot of plowing to do. I guess it's already almost 2 p.m., so we got to get some plowing done, and then our new grass field seeded. And then that's probably going to be all we need to do for this month, but we do have to get that stuff done before we move on here. Okay, well, I finally finished that plowing. That took a long time. I went and cleaned up this little edge, but other than that, I think that's going to be fine. I kind of left the corners a little bit rounded on purpose just because it actually makes seeding a little bit easier with these big seeders. And I think I'm actually just going to straighten out this edge a little bit more here. Okay, so yeah, that took a long time, but that is a pretty significant size field to plow up there. I'm not quite sure what the acreage would be there, but yeah, that's pretty big. So yeah, if we jump in, we can kind of see it in the map view here. So yeah, that's a pretty good size field. Not our biggest field, but I mean, that's a pretty significant piece of acreage. Like I'd say it's similar to these sunflower fields and our other grass field up here. So yeah, that should give us quite a bit of extra cropland there. So glad I went and did that, even though that took quite a long time with this plow. It doesn't move very fast. And we do still have this other little area over here, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there. It'd be kind of a weird little piece to jut out from that field, so we might put another building or a production or a shop or something there, who knows. But yeah, we do have a little bit more room there that we can use. So I'm just going to go drop this plow off here. And then, I can't quite decide how I want to do this, but I think we're going to use our big stuff. So we'll use this disker here. I was going to say I could probably go ahead and just seed that grass field with our that blue seeder over there. Because that one is a direct drill, so I wouldn't need to a disc ahead of time. And the part that I plowed, I don't think I need to cultivate. I think that can just be seeded directly now. But the other part of that field does still need to be cultivated if we're going to use that Amazon seeder. So yeah, I think we'll just disc it up. It shouldn't take very long with this huge disc and this relatively small field. Because our other seeder is a direct drill, but it doesn't do fertilizer, so we would still have to come back and do another step with the fertilizer as well, which really doesn't take that long. It wouldn't be a big deal, but I just kind of want an excuse to keep using this big tractor here. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It's a pretty nice piece of equipment. I'm glad I didn't try to plow up that big old field over there with our other little plow and the Valtra. I was thinking about it for a minute, but I figured I better wait until we get something a little bit more substantial, and I'm glad I did, because even with that plow it took quite a while. But yeah, I think we can just start going here. We only have to disc up about half this field, or I guess it'd be a little bit more than half, but this part that you can see here with the stubble, because yeah, we don't really have to do the plowed area. Pretty sure we can seed directly into that. Just gonna have to be careful not to hit that grass field over there. I guess it doesn't really matter though. That grass doesn't really get used for anything, but yeah, we'll just quickly whip around with this disker and do this little bit of this field here. It should only take a couple passes, it's looking like, so I'll get that done quickly, and then we'll go grab that seeder, and we will get this area seeded to grass as well. And then, yeah, I think that's basically all we need to do for this month. I will kind of just run around and double check on all of our productions, because I can't quite remember what everything's at right now. So I'll do that quickly, and then, yeah, we should be almost ready to move on. And then it's going to be a lot more planting next month, because we are going to have a lot of acreage of soybeans to put in. So I will just see you when I'm done this field here. Okay, we got all that grass seeded, so that field should be good to go. I don't know how long that field is going to stay grass. That might only be there for a season, but I do think we need a little bit extra this year to be able to kind of prepare for our animal expansions. So I'm hoping that's enough for now, but we'll have to kind of play that by ear. So I just wanted to come in and check how our buffalo are doing. So they are slowly starting to eat through that food there. So let's just double check in here. Okay, so our productivity is starting to go down, so we won't be getting quite as much milk, but they are starting to eat through that food pretty quick, so it shouldn't that shouldn't last too much longer. I think if we just sleep until the morning, then we should be able to restart with the TMR and get those guys back to normal. And I'll just have to keep a closer eye in the future, because I think I was getting a little bit complacent there, assuming that I had that kind of mixture figured out, but yeah, I think one of those times when I kind of tried to overstock it a little bit too much with extra bales. I don't know if I just had the bale ratios wrong, or if just like maybe they kind of got ground up in the wrong order or something like that. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there to turn that into forage, but I'll have to just keep a closer eye on that. So let's check on our cows over here. So man, they ate through all their food and all of their meadow as well, so we might grab them a little bit more hay here in a second, but I just want to run over and check on our dairies and our bakery as well quickly, see how those guys are doing. Okay, so these dairies have about 3,700 liters of milk each, so they should be good till next month. So I'm not too worried about the productivity hit from the buffalo there. I think we'll be able to weather that pretty easily. And we're starting to get a little bit more bread out, and yeah, 18,000 liters of flour. So, I mean, I guess it's only been a couple hours of game time since the last time I played, because I've just had it on 1x basically. But yeah, here's our new grass field all ready to go over by Walter's here. So I don't know, I think I might still put some more chickens over by Walter's here. So I might reduce this field size eventually, but yeah, for now, I think that's going to be good. So I'm just going to run over now and check on the goats and our oil mill, and I guess we might as well check on our horse quickly too. But other than that, I think we're basically, or no, I guess we'll throw a little bit more hay in for the cows, but other than that, I think we're going to be good to go to advance until next month. Okay, the cows are fed. We'll feed the dog as well. And yeah, now I guess we might as well just sleep. Not really anything else we can do this month, so I will see you in the morning. Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome to April, and yeah, we have woken up to a nice hailstorm. So that's not very good. Let's speed up time here a little bit. I actually tried to wake up a little bit earlier. I set the alarm clock for 7 this morning because it is going to be a long day. We have a lot of soybeans to plant and a lot of other stuff to do as well. This is going to be a really busy month, but I kind of want this hailstorm to be over before we start doing too much. So yeah, it should end pretty soon here. So yeah, this hailstorm shouldn't last very long. It should be over pretty soon, but I'm also noticing that we have a tornado in the forecast for, or I guess that's tomorrow morning that's going to happen. So hopefully we don't take any damage from that. Hopefully we don't get too much damage from this hailstorm either. But as you can see, it is also soybean planting month here in April. So we are going to be doing a lot of planting. I think we're going to do this field that we just plowed up. That's all going to be soybeans. Our other big soybean field over here that we normally do as soybeans is going to be soybeans as well. And I'm going to do this little piece over here as soybeans. But before we get into that, I think we're going to do another product sale just because I want to get some more money in the bank because there is something else I want to buy as well. So I'm going to go jump in the truck here. And then, yeah, I think I'm actually just going to fast forward the time until this hailstorm is over, just because it always looks really bad on the video, like especially once like YouTube's compression gets through with it. It's really rough. So I think I might as well just fast forward until this storm is over because I don't really like working in that kind of weather. So I guess there was really no point in waking up early here. But I think it's slowing down here now. But I'm actually just thinking I should probably check on these buffalo because they are probably out of food by now. Okay, yeah, food is 0 for these buffalo. So I just want to check to see if their health or their productivity has gone down much. Okay, so productivity is down to 40%. Their health is still at 100% though. So we're not doing too bad. But we did get them to eat through all that hay, so that's good. And how much? Slurry's not bad. Buffalo milk is starting to get up, but I think we still have some TMR in the wagon. Yes, we do. So we'll get this tractor fired up and we can refill that food right now. Okay, awesome. So the buffalo are kind of back in action now. They are back in TMR, so we should get that productivity back up to 100%. I'm not quite sure how long it's going to take, but I think we got through that hay fast enough that it's not really going to affect our milk production very much. But that should be enough food to last them for a little bit. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. We will come top those guys up again later today, but yeah, they should have enough food for a couple hours here. So I kind of want to get into planting first, but yeah, as I said, first thing we're going to do is do another product sale. So we're going to head down to the woodlot there and sell all of our lumber, because we have quite a bit of wood products that need to be sold. Quite a bit of money we can make from those. So our hailstorm is over now. I did fast forward time a little bit. So I just want to check on the map and see if we got much damage from that. So our canola field has definitely taken some hail damage, but some of that was there before, I'm pretty sure. This barley field is surprisingly untouched. There's just one little patch over there. Looks like the new grass field hasn't taken any damage. I'm not actually sure if it gets hail damaged before it starts growing. I guess it wouldn't really make sense if it got hail damage before it's even out of the ground, but you never know with this game. And this is all just hail damage that's kind of been accumulating over the year or over the winter, as this field has just been sitting there, but there's no actual crop in there right now. We have to seed this field this month. So yeah, nothing really too damaged. Even our grass field doesn't really look like it took any damage here. So we got pretty lucky on that one. But yeah, I think we are good to go now. So we'll get into the truck, head down to the woodlot, and yeah, get all of our wood sold. And then we should end up with quite a bit more money in the bank again. All right, well, we got all of those wood products sold. So I just kind of wanted to stop over here because I wanted to take a look at this field right here. So what do they got planted in here? They got cotton growing in here, eh? Interesting. Yeah, this is the field that's just kind of south of us next to our big oat field here, field 54. It's a pretty big field at almost 23 acres, although not all of that is field. There is a lot of extra room down in here, so we could expand this field if we don't mind taking this road out. But I have been wanting to buy this one for a while. It is pretty expensive, over $500,000. I think it's the biggest field, other than maybe some of these forestry ones. Not quite sure. Yeah, that one's almost as big, but it's like the biggest kind of crop field in the map to start with. Some of the ones that we've plowed together are bigger now, but this is the biggest single field to start with, I believe. So yeah, they do have it planted to cotton right now, which is kind of interesting. I have been kind of wanting to try cotton, but my plan was to just plant this one to soybeans as well. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. But I think I am going to buy it anyway. So that's going to be $555,000. So yeah, I think we better go ahead and get that. So that was like the last really big chunk of field there. But I mean, there is still quite a bit of land, like between all these ones here and then like this whole block up here and here. And yeah, there's quite a bit of land left, but this was a really huge one. So we do have a giant cotton field now. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do about that. How much is a cotton harvester? I just want to double check here. Okay, these guys are pretty expensive. So we have two options here. One is almost 500 grand and one is almost 900. So yeah, those are pretty expensive. We might have to wait a year to get into that. I don't know if I want to put that much money into one of these harvesters right now, especially since I just bought a third combine. And there's like some other stuff, like some productions and some more animal stuff that I really want to do as well. So yeah, unfortunately, we're probably going to end up just plowing this under and replanting this entire field to soybeans. I think that's kind of my plan right now. But yeah, this is a field I've wanted for quite a while, but it is so expensive. It was hard to justify dropping that much money on it. But yeah, I'm glad we got it finally. Eventually, I might consider like plowing this road in too and just making this into one huge field, depending on what we do with stuff over here and some of our other fields as well. I mean, we could even potentially plow this road in as well and make this one massive field, which I think at that point would probably be our biggest field. That might pass this one, but yeah, I'm not quite sure. But this one I do still want to kind of expand as well. Like we could buy this one and add that piece to it. And then we could buy like this piece as well and clear out some of these trees and like add all of that in. So yeah, we could still expand this one. So that one's probably going to be our biggest one, but this could be a pretty massive block too if we wanted to, but I am going to keep them separate for now, just because I want to try to do a few different things. But yeah, I think for now, I want to kind of expand into more like kind of non-crop productions and stuff. So I think I'm going to mainly just keep these new fields as soybeans, so we can plant those and just kind of add them into this harvest here. Because like what we harvested with soybeans last year is going to be like 450 grand at the peak, which we are actually getting close to. I think, yeah, it's supposed to peak in July, June or July. And yeah, it'll be about 450 grand worth of soybeans that we have just sitting in the silo right now. So that was basically just this field and this little field and this field right here. So this year we're going to have this one and this one and this one and this one. So it's going to be a lot more. So I'm hoping like next year, by the time we sell our soybeans, like it should be almost $1 million worth of soybeans we can sell. So yeah, I'm excited for that. It is going to be a lot of soybean planting and harvesting. But yeah, like I said, we don't really have too much use for other grain because our grain mill is at capacity and our oil mill is at capacity. So unless we just start adding more of those, the extra grain doesn't really help us too much. And like we could just sell the grain directly as well, but I find like if you're just doing that, soybeans is kind of the better choice just because it's a little bit less labor intensive. It's relatively quick to harvest because it doesn't take up a ton of room. So you don't have to dump quite as often as you would with like a lot of the grains. So it makes it a little bit easier on the harvesting side. And then, yeah, we won't have to do anything with it else or anything else with it afterwards. We'll just store it in our silo and then we can sell it the year after. So yeah, that is kind of the plan. But I think I'm going to have to end this episode here. I have been recording for quite a while today, longer than I kind of intended. But yeah, I kind of wanted to get some of that stuff done and get this field purchased. So yeah, I'm pretty happy to have this one here. So yeah, in the next episode, we're going to have to do a lot of soybean planting, as well as top up our TMR, get those buffalo back going, and kind of move some milk over and stuff. Restock our productions. I noticed when I was loading that wood down there that we are getting low on wood in the sawmill as well, so I'm going to have to do another refill of that. So we'll have to do a little bit more logging. But yeah, we are starting to get a lot of land, a lot of equipment, but there is still quite a bit more that I want to get. So stay tuned for the next episodes here. We are going to be changing some stuff up quite a bit. With expanding some animals and changing some fields around and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty excited for the next few episodes here. So yeah, anyway, I should probably stop rambling now and just end the episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon in the next one.